What's up?
This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
Yeah.
Dum. All right.
I know we on a new recording on a new platform, but let me just continue the tradition and let y'all know that snitches still get bitches.
Oh, speaking of snitches, did you see that that blog trying to start some drama with YSL talking about one of those dudes snitched on, basically saying that he snitched, but he didn't though. He actually confessed to something he did.
Yeah, that people
I
just
hate
can't.
stuff like that. I
People
feel like
don't read stuff.
I know, but because of that, because of people intentionally putting out headlines like that, it can be a little violent because you don't know who might take that information and maybe approach that person's family or his friends based off of a headline. I just think that, I always talk about how I hate that people just repost articles because they see the title of it. A lot of times the title ain't got nothing to do with what's actually going on. It's just not fair or realistic or smart. So just y'all read before you repost. I don't care if it's long. If you feel like it's that important that you got to reshare it, you should actually know what it contains.
For sure.
Period. Hello, somebody. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into this episode of OD Podcast. Man, you a homosexual?
Come on,
Homosexual. Man, okay, so I think after the last episode, I told you I was gonna rent a Porsche truck because my car's in the shop, and I definitely want that truck.
What?
So I don't need it. That's for sure. It is very nice, but it's so expensive that I just don't see myself. I mean, when I say so expensive, I could probably get a certified pre-owned for like $56,000. But to me, that's way too much money for a car. Like I literally don't want to spend that kind of money on a vehicle that literally is depreciating. So unless it can be like one of those, I don't think it's big enough to qualify for 100% tax write-off. But anyway. It's really nice. So I rented it for 3.5, 4 days, and then I took it back yesterday, and now I'm driving a Hyundai Sonata. And we want to talk about humble. Hey, don't get me wrong, Sonata is not a bad car whatsoever. But
so you end up getting another car anyway?
Yeah, I have to because my car not gonna be ready to the 11th allegedly.
Okay.
So the price. What's crazy is the price that it's gonna cost me to rent that Sonata for the next week and 2 days is half of what it cost me for 3 days for that goddamn Porsche truck. But it's cool. I wanted to test drive it. It just worked out. But anyway, it's just funny now because I'm in the Hyundai Sonata and I'm way more comfortable. I'm whipping corners. I'm doing everything. But in that Porsche truck, honey, I was tiptoeing up the highway.
Listen, I actually been thinking about getting a new car, and when I was in Atlanta, I was driving Zay Jeep. And it made me kind of want a Jeep again just because of how I'm not used to 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Like, I love the all-wheel drive. However...
I don't notice a difference.
Oh, I do. Because that motherfucker just immediately... like... So right now I drive a Corolla, and I am 110% comfortable with my car. I feel like I can literally move anything in my car. I proved that to myself. The gas, I fill up my gas out here maybe once a month because I walk everywhere.
I think I just found an issue with your sound. Remember, you changed your settings to pick up right here, and you talking on the top of it. That's why it sounds like you're not talking into the microphone.
Okay, I got to change it back because of how the mic is sitting.
Yeah, so if you change it to the one that's like a heart. And then talk into the side that has the red dot.
So it's better.
Yeah, that's better. There you go.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm 110% comfortable with my car. Like I can do so much in that car. The gas, I don't fill it up that much. This is a lot.
Yeah, it's a little low. Okay, hold up. Can you get it closer to your mouth or change the gain? Because the gain is what's going to determine how much closer you got to be to the microphone.
So what do I have? Just tell me when I sound.
This sounds perfect, but I want you to be comfortable. Homosexual.
What about now? Is it good?
Yeah, that sounds real good. What you do? You change the gain?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, this is okay. This is good right here.
But I do want a truck. I ain't gonna lie. Like I do feel like these hills. The hills in California is what's really gonna make me get a new car. Cause the car itself is fine, but I do know that my car isn't that strong to go up the incline. The inclines that's that steep. You know what I'm saying? Without breaking something in there. So I do want a truck. So I've been looking at a Jeep because I just honestly don't. think it's either between a Jeep, maybe a Benz truck. But for me, Benz trucks kind of look very auntie, and I'm not auntie, but very like I got kids that go to play
The newer
soccer.
ones are sexy, but I agree they can look like it's kind of like that Tesla truck.
Yeah, so I would want a G wagon if anything, and I end up looking up some, but I don't have $1,400 for a car note no time soon. So no,
1,400 or 14,000.
1,400 for a car note a
Oh,
month.
car note. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I feel you. Yeah, to me, that type of stuff is just not that it's not worth it because worth it is subjective. But I
yeah,
just think about I'm still a cheap person, and it's really tough for me to justify paying anything more, even 600. I don't. I mean, I just that's just too much for
yeah,
me. But
yeah. I've been loosening up my budgets just because I realized that like my bed, I really didn't spend. I ain't. It wasn't too cheap for me, but it's a cheaper bed, and it's already like I don't want that bed no more. But I realized last night that it's not the bed that's the problem; it's the headboard. So I think I'm just gonna get a new headboard.
okay.
But yeah,
So
I'm
wait, what about
noticing
the
that.
rest of it? So you just gonna have a headboard on a base?
Yeah, so my bed is like a floor bed anyway,
Oh,
but it has a long headboard, and the headboard is entirely too heavy, and I don't know. It's cheaply made. I did put it together. I feel like it's not 100% my fault because I used a drill, but it's just cheaply made. I just need a new headboard that's not. I want one of those that's like kind of not attached to the bed, kind of like it's
okay.
just like two little things at the bottom. Simple
Oh yeah, yeah,
headboard.
yeah. I have that in Hazel's room, and my last headboard was like you could just buy your own hair. You can buy it anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I either want that or I want panels.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
And sometimes people hook something to the wall instead of connected to the bed.
yeah, that's what I want. I want something like that. So maybe I'll get like a panel thing situation. But I don't know. But I said all that to say that I just like now I'm like okay, if I want something, I'm gonna have to spend a little money on it because
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't
you
have to
because
keep
you
going
do
through
notice a
this.
difference in quality. I mean, seriously, and this is no shade because I actually do like the Hyundai Sonata. I do see it. It's like you can't. It's different when you elevate and like you get something regular, good, and then nice. But I'm like, I'm not even gonna want my own car when I get it back after being in a nice truck. But as
Yeah,
far as
nah.
furniture, I always shop for furniture in the mindset of me moving one day. I'm like, what's easy to move, what's easy to keep clean. All right, well that's what I want, and
Yeah.
whatever falls in my style category. So, how was working with Love and Hip Hop?
So last 2 days I was working with Love and Hip Hop, and it was probably the easiest job ever. I don't know if I've spoken on this before, but I know working on Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta was a lot for me, just because the cast required so much. Like they were very needy when it came to like glam teams, and like we would have to be there for crazy amount of hours. And I'm sure it gets like that out here, but I will say yesterday and the day before it was so smooth. I did meet some people from the cast. I didn't really do them because they asked them to come to set makeup ready, so they just basically hired us for touch ups. Um, and they hired me an assistant. They made me the key makeup artist for this week, so then they had an assistant for me. So I literally didn't do anything.
Was
I
it
did
filming
one
or was this
face.
like, what was this like for a like a show, the show? Because I remember you mentioning before that it may not be for actual taping.
Yeah, so it wasn't for an actual episode of Love and Hip Hop. It was for like uh I guess a collaborative episode because it was people from Atlanta there, like from other seasons and stuff. They came, so
I cannot believe
it
Love
was
and Hip
pretty cool.
Hop
But
did
I
you
ended
that
up
long.
exchanging numbers. I did Lyrica's makeup because she came with no
Okay.
makeup on, so I exchanged numbers with her, and then um who else? Oh, Arian. Arian
Okay.
from
Oh, I forgot about her. She
yeah,
was
she
in
live out here now. So apparently she lives like around the corner from me. So she was like, "Oh yeah, she need a makeup artist this weekend for an event." So I'm gonna have to pass it off though, because I did say I can do it, but I ended up getting a better job. So
It's
I'm
funny how these people will meet you and 3 days later need you again. Like, who was gonna do your makeup before? We just gonna wing it.
This is LA. Let me tell you something. LA doesn't have makeup artists and hairstylists to serve black women. I'm sure
Mm-mm.
you can see the quality in the glam from here in Atlanta, and people be loving Atlanta. Like even when I was talking to Lyrica, she was like, "I was in Atlanta. I ain't had no problem with my hair and makeup the whole time I was there. I look good. I was comfortable. Like I love the fact that Atlanta people know how to do us." And so whenever I meet people and they see that I do black women well, they like, oh, I need you this day, this day, this day, this day, this
Yeah.
day. And people out here are always working. That's what I love about it because it's like a hustle or die city. Like you have to have hustle. You got to get up early. You got to like, handle your business. That's why today was initially a day where I was just going to lay down and just rest. But I'm like, let me clean up my apartment. Let me make sure my sheets and stuff is clean. Cause boo,
I'll
I
never
ain't
forget
doing
how they
all
did
that.
my makeup for court. That's my idea of a California makeup.
I'm sure it was trash. I already know.
It was like enough to know I got something did to my face, but not for me to look cute.
Sounds like it. Yeah, they don't care.
It
I
didn't look
even
bad, but I definitely would have never asked for that. I would rather been
yeah.
barefaced.
One thing I will that I do really, really, really do appreciate out here is that the people, um, they are so nice when it comes to jobs. They pass off jobs like crazy. I was sitting the first day within the first hour, I booked two other gigs for the weekend because of somebody in the room. They was like, "Oh, I know somebody that may need a makeup artist. Let me just ask," and then boom.
That's
Now,
fine.
people in Atlanta don't do that.
They be like, I got you. Riri will do your makeup.
Exactly. So yeah,
Don't
like I
you
was
worry,
like,
but she charged
damn.
too much. Okay. Well, let's get to this week's episode. Do you have Black Business of the Week?
I do. So, as you all may know or may not know, this month is Pride Month. So, what I'm gonna do, it's only 4 weeks, so I can only do two black businesses for the month. But my
You can
two
do
black
more than
businesses.
one if you want to. What we gonna get sued?
No, I only got one for today, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
My black businesses is gonna be from black um, people of the LGBT community. So today, I have a visual artist by the name of Antwaun Wright. He's originally from Connecticut, but I met him in Atlanta maybe 2013 or 14. And I think that was around the time he first started painting. So he is, like I said, a visual artist. He paints. I think he does digital work as well. And
hmm,
now he's venturing over into like bags and like what he does is he'll paint or create a photo and then put it on a bag or put it on a t-shirt. He makes like swimwear, he makes gloves, and he also sells prints and all type of stuff. But the reason why I like his work is because it's very different. Like I feel like he has a style that when you look at it, you know he did it. Um,
oh, I know what you mean. That's how I feel about Raina Noriega. It's like you could blindfold me, drop me off in Brazil, and then I could be like, oh
yeah,
yeah, Raina did that.
exactly. So like I don't know if he has a business page, but he posts everything on his main page, which is Ants in Your Pants. I'm gonna send it to
Oh
you.
wow,
But
picture.
um but yeah, like he now it's very provocative, I will say. Like his ads are kind of provocative, but I mean I don't mind. I'm grown. Like it ain't
We grown. We literally are
like I ain't seen.
in our 30s.
Yeah, but he makes like underwear, like I said, he makes like swimwear, everything. So check him out if you're interested in finding you some new garments, some new artwork for your house, or if you just want to support, you know. Let me
All
send you
right.
the thing.
Send me the information. I'll put it in there. Put it in the episode notes. Put it in the episode notes. You
Oh,
a
oh,
homosexual. Homosexual. I'm
what?
gonna stop saying it, 'cause I don't want nobody to think I'm being problematic.
You gonna
But
be there anyway. I told you don't spare nobody but God, but
there you go. You better not tell nobody but God. Okay, so let's get into shop talk. Okay, so I know this person is not necessarily from my generation, but Ari is really, really getting on my
problematic.
nerves. Yeah, it's just like it's like she wants people to think she's a mean girl. That's what I feel. I don't, I think she's a very beautiful gowns. You know what I'm saying? So okay, y'all. okay, first of all, she's always saying something problematic, right? Okay, we get it. That's her nature. And I remember seeing some stuff about even back in the day before when she really got started to really get introduced when she was with Herbo, how she used to be like talking to him and treating him on live. It's just never been like a positive brand image. But anyway, first, I think it was last week, she basically made a tweet, and I'm gonna summarize it. When I go through TSA, don't you tell me to put my bin up. That's your job. I got a flight to catch. First of all, literally, what is being a decent human being? You know what I'm saying? So, when you're going through the airport, you're going through TSA, everybody takes a bin, puts their items in it, takes their shoes off or whatever it is that they have to do, and they push it through the x-ray machine or whatever. Once it comes out, you take your things out, and just like you pick your own tray, you put your tray back. It's literally a 2 second D, and it literally is common decency because if people did not put their trays back, it would get stacked up at the x-ray, which it already does when people put their own trays back. And it's just so, I just feel like the way she tweeted that, it just made it sound like it really was like a condescending tone towards TSA employees. It's like,
Yeah.
girl, it's literally nothing. It's just like saying like going when the green light is green. It's like just do it. Who job? You think that's the sheriff's job to push the cars?
2 words, fly private.
But
Um,
hello, you flying commercial. You don't got TSA when you fly private, big mama.
she probably don't even have pre-check or like clear or nothing. But
Maybe. Who knows?
maybe clear, but I don't know. I hate things like this, and it just frustrates me because I really enjoy seeing black young people like make money and you know, like we were talking on the last episode, like luxury stuff. I like seeing that on them. But I think that when it comes down to like the attitudes and like the way you treat humans, that just says a lot about you. And in my head, I'm like, I don't want to say she doesn't deserve her life, but it's just like, how is it that you have these many supporters and you're this way? Like, it sucks. I
Well,
don't
birds
understand.
of a feather flock together. That's number
So
one.
we have that many people that just think that that's okay in this world.
Of
That
course.
sucks.
Trump was the
Um,
president. Don't you ever forget it.
yeah, absolutely correct. Uh, yeah,
Also,
I don't know. I can't. I don't follow her. I don't follow her career or whatever.
no,
I
she
just
don't
know
post.
every time I see her, it's always in the media for being rude to somebody or just being a negative person, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yes, and that brings me to the second thing that she did that made me want to bring it up. So she basically was going to Q party, P party,
Yeah.
and I guess
Well,
she's
I'll be
walking
doing the same thing.
a QP, QC. But she was walking down the sidewalk with money bag and she posed for a picture with her shoes. She was barefoot with her shoes in her hand. She did a little duck lips and the guy took her picture and he posted it. And she literally went off talking about this one I don't like y'all photographers. Just going off on the man for posting a picture that she posed for because she didn't have shoes on. It just was literally not even that serious. Like if you didn't want to be seen without your shoes on, then why you ain't got shoes on? And why you didn't say no photos? Why did you pose for it? Just is weird. And I'm like, it's just such a I'm up and you're down tone, if that makes sense. It's just
Every
like
time.
these
Every
photographers
time.
don't work for you. They are professionals just like you claim to be. And it's funny because I've heard interviews of her and I'm like, okay, maybe she do got some common sense, but you also people that are doing interviews, people that are on shows, they definitely are building an image. It's all part of, branding. Her
Yeah.
true self come out when she see people that ain't her. It's really weird.
Yeah, I hate it. I don't like I said. I don't even. When I saw that, I was like, all right, now she just. I think she does this now to just be seen. Like, how does she even have friends, bro? Like, I could not hang around nobody like
Well, I mean,
that.
it's in, yeah. Let me go now. Go down.
Yeah,
First of all, people are opportunists. Whether they like her or not, they're gonna try to be around her if they can. That's the truth. And she got a lot of yes men. And I said this before. You can just tell by some of the things that people say that they just will drop and give a 50 if she asks. So, hey,
I don't got it.
must be nice. Just kidding. I would never want anybody to feel that way around me.
You won't never catch me dropping and giving her 50. Let me tell you, my
Hello,
brother got 40.
I wouldn't even drop if I dropped 50. You better kiss it up the guy. Yeah, I
Your
would
brother
never do
got
that.
40. You got 80.
I tried to Google him recently and I just couldn't find nothing. I'm like, I hope he ain't in jail or something.
All right, all right, all right.
All right, so what you got?
Um, what do I have? Oh my God, what happened this week? What's happened this week? Let me see. Yeah, I've been like scatterbrained all week, all over the damn place. Um, hmm. Oh, of course, Miss Miss Lanithia Leeds. Let me tell you something.
Close the
I
legs
don't
for
care.
married men.
I don't care what nobody say. That lady is the funniest person, one of the funniest person from reality TV I've ever seen in my life. Like that lady is insane. It's the simple fact that she put yours, mine, ours, which
And I wanted to not think that that was like intentional. Okay, explain what's going on.
so basically, Nene is being sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife. Apparently, she knew that they were married and she still continued the relationship. And so, wherever the wife is from, or
North
whatever,
Carolina.
North Carolina. So in that state, um, you can sue your
Spouse for having an
spouses.
affair.
Yeah. So you can sue your spouse for having an affair. You can sue the person that
That's what I mean. Yeah.
they're having who they're having an affair with. That was a lot.
What a lovely
So
lawsuit. That's a man. Let me tell you something. Does it apply to regular relationships? Because I should be sitting on plenty. You hear
let me
me?
tell you something. Jada Waiter will be rich for coins. Had
Oh,
it with, I'm just
I didn't know
playing.
where you was going with that one.
Khloe Kardashian, rich for
She don't
coins.
need no more.
I'm just
She
saying.
different. She nothing. Never
She
mind.
she she dumb on purpose. This is some fact that she keep trying to make excuses for that man. That's besides the point. I ain't talking about that right now. We talking about
I
Lanithia.
I will say when Nene first was openly dating this man, people was literally talking about how he was married. So, and apparently the girl just started seeing the pictures on social media. Now, it's very possible that they could have been separated, but marriage is married under the law.
Yeah, no,
And
seriously.
technically, you're not legally single unless you file for that status. So, she might get some money.
Yeah. Um, I do think that it's funny that Nene is like making a joke out of it. I always feel like when people go through things in the media, because once you sign up to be an entertainer or whatever you want to do, once you get in that industry, I feel like you are always targeted for a lawsuit. I think that it be people waiting for you to get like some
Absolutely.
deals and brands just so they can
Especially
sue
with
you.
social media. Like, it's so easy
Yes.
to cause chaos.
Yeah, every time. Like, so I always feel like when people get sued and they like make a joke out of it, this is just hilarious. But it's just the way that Nene talk. It's just so funny. I don't know.
Also, I want to remind the people that suing somebody means absolutely nothing. It costs $35 to $50. We can all sue Nene if we wanted to. It literally means nothing. That just happened to make it to the media.
Yeah, I feel start suing a lot of
It can
people.
get thrown out. It literally takes 5 minutes and it means nothing. Okay. All right. So
Let me find somebody to sue.
you said who?
Let me find somebody to sue.
Yeah, we can sue each other. Go on TV.
Okay. You do you watch Bad Boys Club?
I Spotty. I do. I have been watching it, but I
So
don't.
I don't watch it at all. I
Okay.
just wanted to say that I think that Chasing Atlanta is a better reality show than that.
Really? And you do not like chasing Atlanta?
The thing is, I watch Chasing Atlanta. I like Chasing Atlanta.
Oh, you don't think it? Never
I
mind.
don't watch the other one. It's like Keeping Up
Okay.
the Come Up.
Yeah.
It's like other shows,
It's
but
called On the Way Up.
whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like Chasing Atlanta is the best one out of all them. It's the
You
funny.
know,
You
are
never
you
watched it
familiar
before?
with Snoop Money Chaser?
No.
No. Oh my God. He's like the hood reality show host in Atlanta. Like he actually started off by having lives where people, whoever was beefing in the city, they would call into
He
his.
got a scar on his face.
Yes.
Okay,
But
yeah. I
he
know.
is on the come up. Like he had an award. He had a reunion. He had an award show or like a red carpet event and everything. I just admire stuff like that. Even though he be a little messy and lately he been begging for money for like from supporters. I think it's really cool that people can create something like that. Because when you think of like Zeus, there's no reason why these people couldn't be on Zeus or be their own Zeus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
And even like
seriously.
make what's it Chasing Atlanta, like that literally is a TV series on YouTube. That's
Yeah,
like independent
all
on
you
that's
need is the
private.
camera crew and the editor
And some quality. It's
and
gotta
some
be good
quality.
quality.
Get you some content, and you got it. Cause
I think that's fire for
yeah,
real.
Chasing Atlanta is the funniest one. Like I promise you, I was on the first episode of the fifth season. Keep them they on their fifth season. I was yelling like I was in here laughing so hard. I've been putting everybody on to that show this week because I ain't laughed that hard in a long time. So I've been saying, I
Really?
know if you don't
I don't
watch the
think I
show,
know
please
anybody
watch
that's
it.
been on that show.
So randomly, I don't know if he went to our elementary school because he did go to two elementary schools with me, but I don't know if it was Ficky. Did we go to elementary school with somebody named Ricky Sharp?
It don't sound familiar.
Okay, he worked at Six Flags though. His name was Ricky. He worked in food service. But he went to Conley Hills with me. I know for sure. He went to another elementary school with me too. Anyway, he's on the show, which I do think is kind of weird because I'm like, dang, we old. But these are like kids on here. But just neither here nor there. But he is on Chasing Atlanta this season. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, see how you live. I think I ain't mad at it. Even though some of that stuff to me be seeming low budget, so does love and hip hop. So why they can't thrive?
Yeah, for sure. You see Jocelyn thriving out here with bull
Oh,
crap.
child.
Like, oh.
Okay, let's talk about Supa Cent. Okay, so as many people know, I am a fairly private person, and by fairly, I mean I do share personal details. I actually share more on this podcast than I do on social media because I just assume nobody's listening, which is not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
But
But
I am not somebody that likes to broadcast like personal stuff, like my relationships or lack thereof, or certain like situations I've been in or the lack thereof, or who I'm not friends with. I just try to be very, very like low key with it because when I was younger, let's say maybe 10 years ago, I used to just be so open because in our generation, we have always had some form of social media, but it really got popular to be, I don't know, it just was not uncommon to just share so much. So I would share like when I was angry, when I was having situated issues, and all these different things. And I just, doing that so long ago, I would learn that too many people knew too much. They got comfortable out in public. If I was in a relationship, they would go up to my man and know him by name, or they would know about situations. And you can't even be like how you know, it's because you put it out there for the world to see. So I say all that to say, it's after a couple of experiences, I'm like, you know what, some stuff I'm just gonna keep to myself for the rest of my life. If I ever have kids, keep it to myself. If I get married, y'all lucky if y'all even find out that I got engaged. Like I just don't, and those things specifically because I think that they are so fickle that they might not last, and now I gotta be coming back and being like, ugh, never mind, y'all. That's just weird and embarrassing to me. I just rather not. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't. I don't. You know, I never feel like I owed anybody any kind of information about myself. But I like the ability to keep it pushing because nobody knew anyway. If that makes sense.
yeah.
Now when it comes to
Um,
2%, oh, go ahead.
no, I was about to just piggyback off what you said and just said I agree. I haven't really had many public things, but I have had a few, and I will say that that's just embarrassing. I mean, stuff happens, but it's just a lot, and people love to feed off of that type of stuff, especially when you're on the
Hmm.
down.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, people don't give a damn. Like if you're happy, you living good, blah blah blah. But the moment y'all break up, y'all have issues, somebody found cheating or whatever, blah blah blah. That's always just people get so excited about that.
Yes.
And so
People.
it just it like
Mm.
I already get overwhelmed so easily with stuff that I just don't need that at all.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I also feel like it builds a persona about yourself because of the information you put out. Because I see there's a few women that I follow, and they always in and out of relationships, and I'm like, dang, you not tired of telling us after
This
date
I'm
number
saying.
two? It's just weird, and then they also broadcast how they feel like men are always get mad at them about what they post, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like you just gotta be a little bit more mindful. Now, if you don't care, then that's your business. But if you want better results, you gotta put better, effort out there. But yeah, so I say all to say is, Super Cent is one of those people who is always extremely in love and publicly at that, and obviously the breakup becomes public as well. And I feel like because she's so successful, because she's so open with these things, people look for ways to ruin that. Like her most recent situation with her now fiance, who she's only been with for a year. Um, Somebody made up a page saying that she was his side chick and she was pregnant off of him, and it took off. And it's like now she got to defend herself, but but she got to defend herself. The person that made this lie gets all this attention, and it's just one of those things where if you just would have not shared so many details, making it seem like you have this picture. That's another thing too why I stopped posting my relationships. It's because you give off the perception that you have a perfect situation, and that's not the case. So when you break up, people are like, oh, but y'all was so happy. Or when you not gonna post when you not having. I mean, you might. I wouldn't post when I'm not having a good time with them. So I guess I'm just saying she just gave off the perception that her relationship is so perfect, which nobody's is. I don't care what nobody say, it's not the case. So people take that as an opportunity, like throw a curveball in it. So now she's on social media addressing it, but I'm thinking like you was, you know, showing all this stuff you don't bought him this land to put a house on, doing all that. Like I feel like it is cool to celebrate those wins, but I think that it's wiser to be a little bit more sporadic with it than to be all out with it because people are jealous. People don't like to see stuff like that, so they want to take it away from you, even if they can't have him as long as you don't. And so they're gonna do what
Yeah.
they gotta do to take it away.
Oh, amen. I know people like that. Unfortunately,
It's so weird. It's like Jesus. Imagine being so concerned about somebody else's life when you could actually be working on your own.
y'all.
And people
I
can
got this.
say like, "Oh, this her page. She can post. She's just happy." Okay, but she was happy with the last man, and then he actually cheated on her.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. Now you got kids off of both of these men. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And it's one thing to support somebody. It's another thing to be like knowing I just feel like you just sharing too much, and I feel like stuff like that sets people up for robbery, for just theft, for fake friends. It's just too much. I do not. If I never could post on my Instagram again for the rest of my life, I promise you I don't care. Like it's just not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um. What I was about to say. Sorry, somebody texted me about a job.
ooh, unhappy
Girl,
birthday.
I got this doggone mask on from Lush, and it is just peeling all
Can you
over the
talk
place.
with it? Cause your face look a little.
I'm trying to talk like that because I'm trying to reduce the cracking of it, but I see it ain't helping.
Not. Well, I want to talk about something. In the name of Pride Month, I'm really not feeling this hoochie daddy short movement. I think it's really hypocritical. Okay, let me just say this. Okay, I feel like short shorts, tight clothes in general have typically, stereotypically been associated with the male gay community. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, not an issue whatsoever. But if a guy, a straight guy, were to wear clothes like that, he would be compared to someone from the LGBTQ community.
Can't
Okay.
be compared to a punk.
Exactly. So recently, the Hoochie Daddy short movement has been erupted in the heterosexual community, and which is basically short, nearly tight shorts. And even though I am a straight woman, I am offended on behalf of the LGBTQ community because I think it's very interesting how they're so popular now. But last summer, y'all was sweet, y'all was soft, your clothes are too tight. I don't get it and I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. So that definitely is true. Like I do feel like for the longest, they have made that like the short shorts and the bag thing. They made that like very gay. So I mean, you do that, you're definitely gay. Like no straight man would do that. That's how society has taught us growing up.
Hmm.
So I do feel like over the years, because initially like that just annoyed me, just because like you said, like people do certain things, and I get annoyed by like a lot of straight guys that do things that used to do or that I do, and they get like praise, and it's cool. Like for instance, the nail polish. I used to literally go to the nail salon and get on my real nails polish. And remember when the crackle polish was out?
Oh, I was just thinking about that the other day and the mood polish.
Yeah, so I was getting like crackle polish. I was getting 3D nail art, and now that is something that straight men do. Like barely can go anywhere without seeing a man with color nail polish on. Not
I
an
have
issue.
not seen that. Is that an LA thing?
Could be, but I do know that it's like a rap thing too. Like the guy, like rappers do that. That it's like a thing. But I will say that it was annoying me at first, but I think now I'm looking at it from a perspective of like we're definitely in a different time than we were 5 years ago, and we're a little more progressive when it comes to the LGBT community, and I think that things like that, like men able feeling comfortable enough to wear shorts like that, and do certain things is progressive because it's accepted. on all areas.
Okay,
I
I can
just
see that.
I just we still got a long way to go. But I mean, I do have to kind of step out of my own shit sometimes and just realize the progression that we do make over the years because it's a lot of stuff that we weren't able to. I mean, look at Santana. Santana just got signed to a whole record label as
Yes, I'm very
a
happy for
rapper.
him.
You know what I'm saying? This is a black gay male from the South with a beard, makeup, wears girl clothes, has surgery, wears long nails, and he raps about sex and taking people's money and blah, blah, blah. Things that women rappers rap about sometimes.
Dang, he might
And
is he the first? Like mainstream?
first, literally.
That's fine.
Because who else was it?
Yeah, I mean there were
We have
definitely
Taylor
gay
Bennett.
male rappers, but not they never got as far as Santana.
We
Besides Lil
we
Nas
we
X.
have Taylor Bennett. We have Taylor Bennett identifies as bisexual. We have Frank Ocean.
Oh yeah, true.
We have Lil Nas. We have Steve Lacy.
Now, would I be wrong to say that those people are not out officially yet?
Um, yeah, no, you're not wrong. See, these all of these people I named came out after they got famous. Santana got famous because of, I mean, like he literally is the same person that he
Yeah,
was
who he
before.
was, yeah.
He's always been that. So
I
I
think the
like.
others paved the way. The others definitely paved the way, though,
Oh,
for
for
sure.
sure, for sure, for sure. But I think that this is the first time that we've ever had a person that is a rapper and he, got signed for being just that talented, just being who he is and being put in the forefront like this. We never had that before. So I have to acknowledge every piece of progression in our communities trying to combine. So, the Hoochie Daddy thing is whatever. But I will say for me, because even in Atlanta, even though I am openly gay, sometimes I'll be like, oh child, I can't go here with this song. Or I can't go here with that on.
Yeah.
So now I feel like, oh, okay, well since everybody's doing it, shit, I can put my shorts back
Okay, that
on. You
makes
see what I'm
sense.
saying?
Okay, so you because decades ago that was just a everybody thing anyway. Men
Yeah.
was wearing crop tops. They was wearing boots with heels on it. Like it really was not a big deal. So I can definitely see that because now who is who? You know what I'm saying? It's just people existing.
People existing, yeah. Even Kanye, his line that he's dropping with Gap, they have crop shirts for guys. Like, I'm like, okay, I fuck with this. I bought it. Fuck it. I'm put it on.
I figured. Well,
Cause I
speaking
mean,
of
like
that, I
shit.
got some.
I remember. I can specifically remember at Barter. I took a shirt. I cropped it. I wore it with some jean shorts. I wasn't even thinking about. Oh, let me just see. I think that the problem is that people look at things like that and they think that people sit at home and they're like, oh, let me just see what's the gayest I can look. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's just what it is. But in reality, I'm like, when I did my shirt like that, I'm thinking about Will Smith. I'm thinking about, the
That
80s when people were wearing like the crop shorts with the crop shirt. And then at the time, Kid Cudi had did it. So I'm like, shit, Kid Cudi do it. Why I can't do it? It was the same thing. We had
we was also around people that wasn't necessarily up on that too, though.
that's true. But I think we had a mutual friend at the time who decided that she should put me in my place about wearing things like that. And
Oh,
Samaria.
not you said her name. Now I gotta edit it out.
So don't edit it out. I
Okay.
wouldn't care, but I mean, shit. You said it. What do you want me to do? But I remember me wearing that. And keep in mind, this girl who we're speaking of is a part of the LGBT community. Okay, and she
Yeah.
wears boy clothes. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but I just want you to
She
notice
should have been. She should
how
have been more of an ally than trying to
be
shade
a
the people
hypocrite
for it.
and be
Yeah.
shady.
Okay.
So she just was telling me like, "Oh, I don't think you should wear that. Guys don't wear stuff like this. It just doesn't look good on you. You should never do this again." Da 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 da. Keep in mind, she wrote this under a Facebook photo. She didn't text it to me. She didn't DM it to me. She commented this under a picture. So it's just
That's
to
very. That's
to go
interesting.
to go from something like that until now, I get straight guys complimenting me on stuff like that. Like if I wear them, like, oh, that's fine. Like I like your style, blah blah blah. Like literal rappers be complimenting me on my stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Cool. Period. Well, I do think that people, social media has its perks. I guess it definitely influenced people to have their individual style and to find their tribe more easily. So, hey, I'm happy to have lived through all these different transitions,
Same. I love it here.
and I love it.
Okay.
True. All right. Dang, I wish I could remember what you was talking about earlier, cause I thought, and that's, it's so funny. Something told me to write it down, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna forget.
Let me see. Let me see. I am gonna. I don't watch shows on Zeus like that. Like I never watch shows on Zeus. But let me tell you something. I am very, 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 very excited for the show with Bobby Lights and Roland Ray.
Absolutely not. I can't. I cannot listen to Roller Ray speak for more than 15 seconds. It be so much shit in his face.
Oh, bye.
I thought they was beefing. Now they got a show together.
Yeah, they
Okay.
want. They want to. They got that show together because they want to get some coins. It was all a scheme that Todd set up.
Do you watch Real Housewives?
I sure don't.
Oh, you said that. You did say that. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
said I was
don't.
gonna probably try to get into it one day, but I never made it around to it.
All right. Well, you got a Hulu account. You can definitely watch all the old episodes on there.
Maybe one day. I know that it's gonna make me mad and gonna want Nene back on the show, so I ain't even gonna.
I ain't gonna lie to you. She used to be great, but her last several seasons didn't slap. She was doing a whole lot, like
Miss
wanting to be there
Doodle
but not needing to be there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard for me to let her behind go. And I liked her. In her early days, she had the original clapbacks, but then she just started getting beside herself.
Um, I finally went in. I was finally able to go and get me some new glasses. Finally, child. My
Oh, where'd you
glasses are.
go?
I just went to America's Best.
Really?
Um,
Oh, you did. You know they be having a little promo this
yeah.
weekend.
So the first time I went. Well, this is my third time going. First of all, didn't even realize that when I went, I signed up for their in-house insurance. I could have been there, went to the doctor and got some contacts, some
Wait, you always
glasses.
had it?
Yes, they told me. I was like, what?
Wait, are you familiar with Warby Parker?
Yeah, they
They have
glasses
some.
too small. I went in there, my face, even they wide, because they had like a box full of like glasses
Okay.
for water. It wouldn't fit.
It's funny you said it because some of them be too big for my face. So I guess it just depends on what you like. But they make their own glasses versus America's Best, where they got several different brands. Not sure
Yeah.
been paying for insurance in there and didn't even know it.
So I could have been went to the doctor and redid my contacts, everything. So I did all of that last week. I finally had free time, so I'm gonna be wearing sunglasses this summer because they're switching me over. I had soft lens contacts before, and they were so dry that they used to fall out of my eyes while I'm driving.
Oh
So
God.
they switched me to AccuView.
Oh yeah, I use
I never-
Activator.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try them, but I'm like I never got around to it. So I'm gonna try those. They ain't came in yet. Then I got some new glasses. I got some gold frames to match my jewelry. I cannot wait.
Period. And you know also if you can get your prescription printed for them and you can just get glasses anywhere
Yeah.
online for the
So
low
that's
price.
that's initially why I went because I want glasses from Gentle Monster. I don't know if you ever heard of Gentle Monster before.
Nope. But I
So
actually do.
Gentle Monster, they make like really cool glasses. They always collab with like brands that have like really eclectic styles, like Hood by Air and all these other people. But they do have a line of prescription glasses, and they do their own in-house prescription and everything. So I said that I was going to just go to America's Best, get an eye exam, and then go there and take it and just pick out some frames. They are a little pricey, but I do want to start investing more in my frames because I do want better looking frames and like more sturdy frames. My shit be breaking. Like the ones I'm wearing now, they're literally peeling. It's so ghetto. They're
Yeah, it's all
peeling.
good. You can also, if you ever find glasses, typically, because some glasses, if they made out of certain material, they're not gonna be able to do it. But I have taken existing glasses to Walmart and paid $14, and they put the lens in them.
What you
So,
mean?
like, I'll have glasses that don't have prescription, and I want them to become prescription, and I'll take them to a cheap optometrist, and then they will put the lens with the medicine in those glasses. They'll just ship them off, and then I'll come back to them. Very cheap. That's why I go to Walmart Optics because it's
Yeah, they
cheaper.
do that. Yeah, now I did that before. I bought some glasses from Onaji, and then I got them turn into to prescription glasses from America's Best. But I didn't know you can do that from Walmart too. So you just go in there with your prescription and they'll do it.
Yeah, any place that does glasses, they can do it. It's a service it's not supposed to matter where you got your glasses from. They can maybe say they can't do it, but I pay $14 for some glasses to get
Yeah.
some prescription for them.
Also, the probably the reason why I didn't go back to the eye doctor too was because they told me that they weren't accepting outside glasses from people during COVID.
Ah, okay.
So that's probably why I forgot
Which is
too.
so
Some,
interesting because I get it. Everybody's being safe.
yeah, but I mean, I
Just
just
like y'all
understand.
wipe off the ones I try on, y'all can wipe these off.
Yeah, like spray it.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it though, but because I remember one time I bought something from the grocery store and I needed to return it because it was the wrong one. They was like, "We can't do return." Like, I get it. I genuinely get it, but okay, whatever. Let me stop because I like people being overly safe because I'm overly safe.
mm,
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. This late thing up.
period. Yeah, we had well, I had a busy week, y'all. Busy, got a busy week
Okay,
next
we
week.
don't have a dedicated release date no more. We just come when we come.
Comments we all like like God said. So my
Is it?
upcoming week, I am working on selling with a new client from the show, selling Orange County. So it's not selling Sunset; they're doing selling Orange County next. So
Okay.
I have a new client. She's the only black woman on the show. I'm excited. Hopefully she
Oh, I think
keeps
I
me.
saw. Maybe I'm thinking
Yeah,
about something else. I think I saw it.
hopefully she keeps me as her artist because I think they're done filming the season, but when people do stuff like they have a lot of press and have to do all these press runs and things like that, I would love to continue to work with her. So let's fingers crossed for that. Tomorrow I'm doing an event for Essence, and let me tell you something. Essence showing out. They got the baddest budget out. This the baddest budget I had all year. Okay. Hello. I said, oh, y'all call me anytime, boo. I'm available. And
What? That's amazing. That's good.
so were the two jobs that I got from working on set of Love and Hip Hop these last 2 days, which is insane. And then also, something new for me, I do now want to be a part of the union. I never really
Good, because
considered
you've
it.
been talking about it forever.
Yeah, I've been, you know what? I've been getting by because in Atlanta, I ain't really need it. Now, out here, I don't really need it either, but if you want better paying jobs and better opportunities, they come to people who are in the union. So I'm going to reach out to this hairstylist. She told me that she can get me to become a day player on some E network shows, NBC shows, and she let me know that in the industry, people hold NBC to the number one standard. It's like NBC, then Fox, and all these other people, but NBC is like number one. So yeah, she said that when you become a day player, you still get the benefits of like a person that's in the union, but you just don't get the pay. The pay is very chapped. But you only need 30 days of work to be approved to work in a union.
So
So
is
I'm
it
like, I
30
can do that.
consecutive days?
It doesn't have to be 30 consecutive days. You just have to complete a total of 30 days before you
Oh,
can be
okay. Like
considered.
community service.
Yeah. So she said that's an easy way to get your 30 and get a little extra money on the side. So we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna follow up with her and see what she can get me. And yeah, we finna do this thing because by next year, I'm trying to be working with A-list celebrities for the Grammys, the Oscars, the Emmys, the Golden Globe Awards. Like that's the type of vibe I'm going
Period. And it's
for
coming.
the
It's on
next
the
year.
way. You already done did most of it.
I did. I sure did. So now we it's up. Oh, and MTV Movie Awards this weekend, so I'm sure somebody gonna call me.
There we go.
MTV Awards,
As soon as you
BET
teach me how to
Awards.
do eyeshadow, I'll release you into the industry.
Okay.
All right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast.
Periods, and I mean that. Holla at your world.
Holla at your girl, holla at your curl, holla at your furl, holla at your twirl. Hazel is so good sitting here while I record. She's just maturing so fast.
Child, it just ain't the same time of day.
Right. It's her nap time. But all right, holla at you.
Bye.